CBS 6 News starts now with breaking news.
This has really been quite an epic fight. We're trying to use our resources as carefully as we can. This is unlike anything I've ever seen in my 20-year career.
A state on fire.
Breaking right now as more evacuations have been ordered in California. We'll show you the destruction multiple out-of-control fires have caused. Bringing a national fight to a local level.
The rally happening tonight in Saratoga County that's calling attention to immigrant rights.
6 o'clock on your Wednesday morning, and thanks for starting it off with us dark and early here on CBS 6. I'm Julia Dunn.
And I'm Jack Lamps in the Freihofer Sky Camera Network in downtown Troy, showing 39 degrees this morning. Not overly cold, but definitely a little windy out there.
Yeah, it is. And the rain has moved out, which is great news. Let's get a check on your forecast with meteorologist Alyssa Caraprese. Hey, Alyssa.
Hey, guys. Good morning. Temperatures will trend cooler today, but we will see dry weather unfolding as yesterday's storm system pushes off to our east. Skies are cloudy this morning. We're going to start a bit gray, but we will see clouds breaking up throughout the morning rather quickly, and sunshine will take hold into the afternoon. Rain pulling out of Litchfield and Berkshire County. Now it's flurries that I'm tracking up over the Adirondacks. The rest of us dry, and cooler air is continuing to move in. Temperatures are now trending cooler, especially from Albany on east. Expect this trend to continue all day long. Temperatures in the mid to upper 30s over most of the area. This cool air mass continues to push east and overspread the northeast. 38 is the temperature in Albany, up to 42 by lunchtime, and in fact that will end up being the high today. Cloudy morning, skies turning mostly sunny, and a breezy day unfolding too. Tracking cooler temperatures and a few snow chances now in the forecast. I'll tell you when coming up.
Taking a look outside at traffic, Route 7 here at 787. Things look good east and westbound. 511's interactive traffic map is clear as well. Only truck restrictions popping up this morning. That's your CBS 6 Eye on Traffic.
6:02. Good morning, everyone. I'm Melissa Lee here in the Breaking News Center in California. Los Angeles County is under a state of emergency as huge, fast-spreading wildfires are still tearing through the state. We do have brand new video into our newsroom overnight that we want to show you. Right now, 3 massive fires continue to burn out of control alongside some smaller ones. Now, the biggest and most destructive is the Thomas fire. We told you about this one yesterday, which was the first one to start burning in Ventura County. Now, this morning, we've learned this fire has now hopped a highway and is reaching the ocean, forcing a new round of evacuations. This is the brand new video you're seeing right here. Forecasters say the high winds that are fanning and spreading the flames are expected to last at least through Thursday, possibly into Friday. Julia?
Melissa, thanks. So this morning, the results are in, and voters in the Shenandoah School District have definitely made their voices heard in a long-time debate over the sale of district-owned land. Last night, the sale, worth just over $1 million, overwhelmingly passed, with more than 2,700 people voting in favor of it to just about 500 opposing it. The district says the money from this sale will go into a reserve to buy land for future use, potentially in the town of Half Moon. The second proposition that was approved last night was for a $22 million capital project for renovations and upgrades, both in and out of the classroom. In a statement, Shen Superintendent Dr. Oliver Robinson says, quote, "We would like to express our gratitude to the community for supporting our efforts. Both propositions provide the means to plan forward in the best interest of our students."
A health alert for you at 6:04 this morning. Medical officials say it's a rough start to the flu season. This year's virus is already moving quickly across the country with no signs of slowing down. According to the CDC, 4 states, including Massachusetts, are reporting widespread flu activity. And while it hasn't hit New York yet, local doctors CBS 6 spoke with say give it another month. On top of flu cases being high, medical experts say vaccine effectiveness is especially low. But still, doctors say getting the flu shot, while it might not protect you 100% of the time, is still better than not getting the shot at all.
Happening today, the inmate accused of causing a days-long lockdown at the Schenectady County Jail after police say he stole a set of keys from an officer is expected in court. Devin Hoyt is already facing felony gun and drug charges, and today he'll be arraigned on new charges connected to this theft. Police say the 30-year-old took the ring of keys off an officer last week during a court appearance. Deputies say Hoyt was one of 9 inmates who was in the van when that key ring was snatched. Officers have since recovered most of the keys that were taken. They are still looking for one handcuff key.
It's taking the national immigrant rights fight to a local level. Tonight in Saratoga Springs, advocates will gather to urge Congress to pass the DREAM Act, which would grant legal status to those under the age of 18 who came to the United States. Leanne DeRosa has details about today's local event and tells us how it's part of really, Leanne, a nationwide mobilization.
Yeah, Jack, that's right. Now, the local event here in Saratoga Springs will be at the post office across the street behind me on the corner of Broadway and Church. That starts at 5 o'clock tonight. And like we said, this is this goes hand in hand with national efforts happening down in Washington, D.C. So take a look at this video. People have been calling on Congress to act on behalf of the Dreamers. And here you can see video of Dreamers protesting in Washington, D.C., holding a rally or even laying in Senator McConnell's office. These rallies come after President Trump announced in September he was ending the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, or DACA program that President Obama created. More than 800,000 program recipients were affected by that move, and the National Immigration Law Center estimates more than 2 million immigrant youth would benefit from passing the DREAM Act currently before Congress. Now, organizers for today's vigil say they want to show support for their immigrant neighbors, and they also want to raise awareness about the need for action. And again, that rally is tonight at 5 o'clock here in Saratoga Springs. For now, reporting live, Leanne DeRosa, CBS 6 News.
Leanne, thanks. Dozens of state Democratic lawmakers are heading back to Albany to begin setting the agenda for the 2018 session. Lawmakers say during the meetings today, they'll discuss priorities for next year and look for a consensus on top issues. They're predicting a challenging year, mostly because of federal funding cuts to health care programs and likely changes to the federal tax code that could affect the state's bottom line. The 2018 session begins in January.
Well, some Republicans are trying to distance themselves from Alabama Republican Roy Moore. President Trump's former chief strategist Steve Bannon is trying to give him a boost ahead of next week's election. Bannon joined Moore at a campaign rally last night in Alabama, where he blasted Washington Republicans who say they believe Moore's accusers.
They want to destroy Judge Roy Moore, and you know why? They want to take your voice away.
At least 9 women have accused Moore of sexual misconduct. Some were teenagers when Moore was in his 30s. But Moore says he's embracing his role as an outsider in the race, calling Tuesday's election a spiritual battle, saying he can't wait to take Alabama values to Washington, D.C.
8 minutes past the hour. If you're somebody who relies on tips to make a living, listen up. The Trump administration is proposing a Labor Department rule change that would let employers ask workers earning at least the federal minimum wage to share their tips with colleagues who don't get tips. The controversial part is a line in the document that says managers can use workers' tips to make structural improvements or lower menu prices. Critics say that essentially allows employers to pocket their workers' tip money. The Labor Department says it will be good for employees who don't get to collect gratuities, but workers' rights groups say it will result in lower pay for employees overall. Monday's proposed rule change reverses an Obama-era rule that tips could only be pooled among employees who all earned gratuities.
Making changes after several complaints of sexual assault. What a national massage chain is now doing to make sure its customers feel safe.
And check this out, cars sliding off the roads, whiteout conditions, where winter is already coming in and with a vengeance. And taking a look outside right now, the Freihofer Sky Cam at downtown Albany, 38 degrees outside. A little bit of a wind out there, but you know what, Jack? The rain is gone.
Isn't that nice? We'll get a full look at it. Meteorologist Alyssa Carol Breese's forecast, including first look at some potential for some snowfall. That's coming up.